Attractive body language. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about attractive body language. So this is for anyone who considers themselves to be masculine, so masculine men and masculine women, especially if you are wanting to attract someone who is very feminine, so a feminine man or a feminine woman. So let's get into these tips. So my first tip on attractive body language is to sit up or stand up with your shoulders back. So if you are hunched over, it looks like you're insecure. You want to come across as if you are confident, and you want to come across as if you are relaxed. Because if you're anxious, it's not going to be attractive, okay? So you want to just sit back with your shoulders back. So basically what you can do is you can just kind of like feel like your shoulder blades are kind of like pushing together. So that's what you need to do. If you feel like you're just going to naturally just slouch back and you need to practice this, so just have your shoulders back and have your chin up a little bit. Not all the way up so you look like you're looking up at the sky, because obviously if you're on a date or you're talking to someone that you really like, you obviously will be looking at them directly. So what you need to be doing is you need to make sure that your head is, quite even, and you want to make sure that your chest is out a little bit, not too much, so you're not just like, anything like that. What you want to do is just have your shoulders back, and basically when you have your shoulders back anyway, it's going to naturally make your chest puff up a little bit. So that's what you need to do. So especially if you're standing up, not so much when you're sitting, even though it's a good idea to do that when you're sitting, but mostly if you are standing up and talking to someone, you want to stand up with your shoulders back and feel kind of like a sense of pride when you're doing it. So one of the things that you'll need to do to feel attractive, to feel confident, is to wear clothes that you actually feel confident and cool in. So if you're wearing things that you feel good in anyway, you might naturally do this anyways. But if not, wear things, you have a sense of pride. That's kind of like the key here. Have a sense of pride and that you're confident, even if you're not feeling that confident. But one of the great things about using your physiology and having your shoulders back is that it creates confidence. So even though you might not have felt confident 5 minutes ago, but when you start doing this, you'll start to feel a little bit more confident and a little bit more proud of yourself. So that's the first tip on attractive body language. Have your shoulders back and not be slouching and kind of like leaning like this. Also, another good tip as well is to make sure that you're actually facing the person you're talking to and you're not kind of like to the side, kind of crossing your arms and stuff like that, which leads into my next attractive body language sign, and that is to sit back. If let's say you're at a restaurant with someone you like, sit back and not be leaning in. Okay, so if you're the masculine one, then obviously you want your feminine counterpart to start pursuing you. So the best way you can do that is actually by just leaning back in your chair if you're sitting, and that basically will allow the person you're on a date with to lean in and talk to you. So basically you just want to sit back and allow them to come to you. Come closer to you. So if you're standing up, don't move. Don't move closer to them. Just stand your ground and stay where you are. If they step back, don't step forward. Just stand your ground and stay where you are. And remember to keep your shoulders back. And that leads into my next attractive body language sign, and that is to not cross your arms. So when you're standing up or you're sitting, don't fold your arms, because basically what you're doing is you are in that kind of way you kind of look like you're defending yourself, because that's what people do, especially if I don't know if you've ever noticed when two people are having an argument, and you can tell that one is trying to get the other one to think the way that they want to think. And basically the person who doesn't want to change their mind, is kind of like this. It's kind of like, no, I don't want to change your mind. I'm not really interested in what you have to say. Don't be defensive, because this is what this is. This is a defensive position. Have your hands to your side or have them in your pockets or something like that. But don't be fiddling with your pockets. Just be very casual. Remember, you want to come across as confident. Someone who's fidgeting or has their leg jumping up and down or something isn't confident, okay? They're coming across as anxious. So you want to be still and calm. You kind of want to be like a stoic kind of feeling. Feel very calm. Even if you're not feeling calm, just have your body so it is in a calm stance. So that means having your shoulders back. It means breathing, deeply rather than like, because if you're doing that, then you're going to create anxious inside. You're going to become even more anxious. So what you want to do is you just want to take in deep breaths, especially if you feel like you are getting a bit, you're getting a bit panicky. So don't have your arms crossed, have them to your side, or they could be on your lap. or in your pockets. And you just want to breathe in nice and steadily. Now obviously don't do it so obviously that the other person can tell, but even if you do and you can't help it, then they probably won't notice anyway. But just don't be so like, don't breathe in really loudly or anything like that. Just do it nice and steadily, because if you're doing that, if you're taking nice deep breaths, you're actually calming down your heart rate, and it won't make you as nervous. One of the things that people say to anyone who's having panic attacks, they get them to breathe into a bag. And the reason why they do that is because it gets more oxygen into the lungs and they're trying to control the breathing. So that's what you need to do. When you start to feel nervous, you need to control your breathing. And by having your shoulders back and having your arms to your side, you'll come across as more serene, more confident, and more at ease. And that's what you want to be doing anyway. That's the kind of vibe you want to be putting across. And also, again, you don't lean into them, because if you're leaning forward, basically what that's doing is it's showing that you are actually pursuing them and you're wanting things. Kind of comes across as you're wanting things to happen quick. But obviously if they are leaning in, that's okay for you to do the same. But if you've only just met this person, or it's someone you want to become your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, just lean back, sit back, and let them come to you. So the next body language clue, and this is something I already touched on, and it's don't fidget. So don't look at your phone, play with your phone, don't fidget your clothes, don't have your leg bouncing up and down the ground. This is something that I see men doing a lot. They're like, their legs bouncing off the floor. It's like, geez, just calm down. So don't have your leg jumping up and down or whatever. Just try and remain still. And you might be thinking, well, I kind of do that when I'm nervous. And it's like, well, if you don't do that and you just remain calm, breathe deeply, focus on having your shoulders back and focusing on your breath, taking nice deep breaths to calm your heart rate down, you will become less anxious, and you'll trick your body into thinking that you're being confident. Another thing you want to do is you want to smile, and make sure it's a genuine smile as well, because that will also, soften the situation as well. So again, don't have your leg bouncing off the ground or fidgeting with little things, fidgeting with the drink that you have or anything like that. Just sit nice and relaxed. That's all you need to do. Shoulders back, no crossing of the arms, have your hands by your side and relax. Okay, take nice deep breaths. So the next body language tip is to look the person you're talking to in the eyes. Now I don't mean like not blinking, kind of, like that. Most of the time, be looking at them in the eyes, especially when they're talking to you, okay? But don't be looking at the ground or away or something like this, because basically if they're looking you more in the eyes than you are looking them in the eyes, that shows that you are feeling inferior to them. So treat them as an equal and give them eye contact. Don't feel like you're inferior, okay? So and if you keep your head straight and keep your shoulders back, you'll naturally do this anyway. Make sure that you're looking them in the eyes. Now, again, I don't mean, you make sure that you blink and make sure that you have a nice expression on your face and you feel calm and you have a calm expression on your face, and make sure that you blink as well, okay? But the point is that most of the time, let's say 90% of the time or 85% at the least, be looking in their direction and in their eyes when they're talking to you. Do not be looking away or looking down and feeling inferior. So the next attractive body language clue sign is give genuine smiles, okay? Look genuinely happy to see them, because sometimes when you're so nervous about going on a date or so nervous about talking to the person that you really like, you have all this inner dialogue going on and you're focusing on what to say next, and you might be looking really anxious and fearful, and when you're feeling anxious and fearful, you probably have that kind of expression on your face. So instead, have a nice, calm look on your face and smile. Genuine smiles, okay? Because if you're looking scared and looking like a deer in headlights, it's not going to come across as very attractive. But genuine smiles do come across as attractive. But the key here is genuine smiles, sincere smiles. Make sure they're actual, real smiles and not you kind of like forcing it, okay? Like this, that will look more like a grimace, okay? So give a genuine smile. And if they're really attractive and you really like them, just look at their lovely face and just smile at it. You'll just feel great just looking at their face and, looking into their eyes and all that kind of stuff. So just try and think of the genuine things to be happy about when you're in their presence, and you'll have a genuine smile on their face, on your face. And you can think of funny things to say, or if they say something funny, and, just give a genuine smile, okay? Don't fake it. If you can't give a genuine smile, then don't smile. So another attractive body language sign is Be deliberate in your actions. Don't be very hesitant. So let's say you're sitting at a table with someone you really like who you're on a date with, and you keep on reaching for your glass and then not reaching for it, or you keep on reaching out for your glass and then you don't drink it or something. Just be very slow and deliberate in your actions. So, you know, grab the drink deliberately. Don't just, you know, grab it and then not grab it or something like that. Just take your time and be slow. Because I see this with people that are really anxious, and I used to be like this as well. You know, I'd be like all over the place with like my meal and all this kind of stuff. Like I'd not really know when to take a bite of my dinner if I was talking or if she was talking and stuff like that. So just be very deliberate in what you're doing. Don't be afraid to, you know, have a bite of food and then respond to the person who is talking to you. Don't be afraid to just, you know, not eat because you're worried about not eating at the right time and stuff. Don't focus on that kind of stuff. If you're hungry, eat your meal, okay? Don't be too concerned about being polite and saying the right thing and doing the right thing. Just be very deliberate in your actions. And what I mean by that is taking your time with your actions. So cutting into your steak nice and slowly and chewing it and stuff like that, and reaching for your drink when you want to and taking a sip. Not being so focused on when to do it, when's the right time to do it, and being in your head all the time, okay? I hope this has helped you. If you'd like help with me personally and you need help with a specific situation, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. If you have any tips yourself, then please leave them down in the comments. Please like this video, please subscribe, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.